Game Vision welcomes in Ryan Willis, who is the head volleyball coach at the University of Tulsa. And unfortunately, the season is over, Coach. But with all of the things you guys had to overcome with all of your injuries, are you pretty proud of the way your ladies battled this year?
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those situations where you have some adversity and you're trying to figure out the best way to go about it, and you have the kind of expectations, the standards of what we expect Tulsa volleyball to be, and so it's a difficult balance between, okay, you gotta overcome it and you gotta find a way to get the job done, and in some ways we did, and we did have some girls really step up to the challenge this year and really help us. But overall, at the same time, did we get the wins that we expect to get at Tulsa? And so it's an interesting balance there, trying to figure that out. And we just finished the season, so take a couple weeks to kind of process it and say, okay, what do we build on? I know we kind of left a good foundation with being young and some of the things that we did, and we finished the season with a good match. So we'll kind of figure that out as we kind of digest the season in the next 2 weeks.
Well, and the last week was kind of a weird scheduling quirk, if you will. You play SMU at home, and then you play SMU on the road to end the regular season. So what was interesting is you lose the home one and you win the road match. It was an interesting week, and it seemed like all of the sets were very competitive. Yeah,
it was. It was really close here. It wasn't the best volleyball by both sides. I think we both struggled through some things, but it was really close, and it was I kind of enjoyed it. It was like a really long chess match, and it was over a course of 3 days, and so you try to figure out what adjustments are going to be made, how quickly, how long before that happens. And I think going into the second match, our girls did a really good job of executing. We didn't make too many adjustments, but we made just a couple slight adjustments, and the girls did a really good job of executing that, and it turned into a really good match for us. And to be honest, it might have been the best match of the year to finish it off. And we talked about, with us being such a young group, that at some point we're going to be playing our best volleyball towards the end of the year, and maybe that was the last match of the year.
Yeah, a 3-0 sweep over SMU, which is a good team. They won 21 matches this year, so it's a nice way to finish. What did you do well in Dallas?
We played good defense. We made some adjustments on a couple of their attackers, and I thought we've always played good defense for the most part, but we did that, and then offensively we really came alive. Emily Thorson really came alive on the outside. Our middles, I think Ebony Carter in her last match back home in Dallas set a record for hitting percentage in the program. And so our offense really started to click, and defensively we just made a couple little adjustments. We're a little bit better, but then our offense really started to click.
All right, in postseason awards, Taylor Horsfall and Emily Thorson both were on the all-conference team, so that's a big deal. It's the fourth straight year we've had at least two on the all-conference.
Yeah, they both were first-teamers, and so that's they both stepped into new roles this year, and for them to be able to be first-team all-conference in the first year, they really had a lot on their shoulders, is really impressive, and really proud of how they've stepped up for us individually. And Emily led the league in kills this year. Taylor led the league in digs this year, and so those are two impressive things to do over the course of a season.
Absolutely, and of course Taylor, the libero of the year, and a young lady that helped you scramble. And I know that was one of your strong points, was your defense, and obviously she sets the all-time record in digs and that sort of thing, which I think was kind of the what your team was all about this year, right?
Yeah, we want to build this with defense, and we've been consistently good at defense. I think we went to another level with some things this year, and as our offense starts to catch up over the next couple of years with some of the recruits we brought in, some of the people that are here, some that are coming in, I think it's going to be a fun ride, because it's definitely set up to play defense at a high level.
And as you look to the future, who are the players you're going to lean on now in the future as you look to the off season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you still have Emily with another year to play, and hopefully we'll have some more balance around her so she can be a little bit more effective with some things. We had to put a lot on her shoulders this year. And then Taylor's a sophomore, so she's coming back. So those two are obviously going to be a huge foundation of this. Over the course of the second half of conference play, Rachel Moore on the right side really started to produce for us at a high level, and became pretty hard to stop, and people had to focus their defensive attention on her a lot more, and so she'll be a senior as well. So I think those are a really good kind of 1, 2, and 3 there. People are going to have to focus on, but we have some young kids too that I think can step up and really help out.
And any time a season ends, you say goodbye to some seniors, and you always appreciate their efforts, right?
Yeah, Ashton and Ebony, it was really cool that Ebony got to go home to Dallas and had maybe the best match of her career to finish it off. And Ashton is one of the things about Ashton that's really cool is she was asked to do a lot of different things. She's been a DS, a setter within the same year, within the same week, just bounced back and forth, did whatever we asked of her, and she really organized things off the court and helped our girls out a lot with class scheduling to packing for everything. She just was. She's a organizational guru, maybe. And so we're really happy with everything she did for us.
Ashton Anderson and of course Ebony Carter, your two seniors, and appreciate them. But now you look forward to the obviously the off season, and what do the young ladies have to do to kind of up their game and get ready for spring when you get out there again?
Yeah, I think first they just got to rest their bodies a little bit, get their mind refreshed and ready to go. We've always known that the future is bright for our program based on some of the recruits that we have coming in that are here right now, and that was kind of the balance of, okay, yeah, the future's bright, but we don't really care. Let's get it done right now. And so there is that foundation set, and so it's exciting to see, okay, what can we do over the course of the off season, where a lot of the teams at the top of the league are losing a lot of their best players, and we were competing there with some of the best teams right at the end of the year. So we're gonna have to get better at offense. I think that's key, because our defense is set up to play pretty well, like we talked about, and we got to find a way to score points and just make sure we get in the weight room, we get stronger and that sort of stuff, but just kind of keep grinding one day at a time.
As we like to say, the Hurricane is building and continue to get better and stronger. Coach, great end of the season, and look forward to seeing your team in the spring and then the fall. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ryan Wills, University of Tulsa Volleyball.